So I guess just remind me how you ended up buying the Corvette in the first place.
Well, I had after I quit racing, Bob Cochran Auto Sales wanted me to go to work for him and selling cars, which I'd never done, but I just kind of I knew cars, and I was the involvement. It was kind of a big deal around town that I'd won the nationals and stuff like that, and ended up they wanted me to cut my hair and all this stuff to be a car salesman, and I didn't want to do that. So that never worked out. But while I was over there talking to him and stuff like that, there was those two Corvettes on the lot, and my wife at that time, she liked those Corvettes, and so she liked the red one. There was a red one there, and it had mag wheels on it, and I didn't really like the mag wheels on it. And so there was the other Corvette had stock wheels and wheel covers on it, and so in talking to the guy there at the car lot, I decided that I'd buy that red one if we could switch wheels on those two cars, and kind of give it to my wife for her understanding my traveling around and all that kind of stuff so much. So anyway, that was how I got the car. I can't even remember ever driving it, to be honest with you. It just wasn't my kind of car. I was kind of a hot rod person.
Yeah.
I like my old Fords and stuff.
Hey, you were driving for Hollywood at that time then?
When I could, yeah.
Yeah.
At that time, I didn't drive studio trucks and stuff like that like I did down there. It's just because I knew people from down there when they came up here and filmed, like in the movies, like Stand By Me, and a lot of movies I worked on that. Of course, they filmed different parts at different times and stuff like that. And I used to run the mail with the day's filming wherever, if they were in McMinnville or something like that. At the end of the day, they'd have their films and send them down south to have them viewed and okayed and stuff. But they had to go from McMinnville to the airport and meet the flight to go down there, and that's what I did. A lot of that. I was basically a transportation person.
Okay. So when they filmed up here, then did they already know you had a Corvette, or just said you just saw a posting, or how did you know?
On this, when they filmed up here, when they filmed the movie up here, it was just we were scouting cars, hunting cars for the picture. This was before the filming even started, and there was quite a few cars just in this movie, just from ones that just sat off the curb and stuff like that, but they all had to be era correct and that kind of thing. And when it came to needing a Corvette, I told them that I had one, and that's kind of just wasn't any big deal when the transportation guy came and looked at it and stuff like that, and instead of leaving it in the parking lot at the hotel and stuff like that, they let me drive it home at night and bring it back, which wasn't normal for them to do. So, but at least I kept it inside and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I see on the paperwork it showed 4 weeks. So they used the car for about 4 weeks for the filming.
Yeah, it was a full month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
for $400.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they used it in the movie, and then just came back in your collection, and it's just kind of been here ever since, huh?
Been here ever since. Nothing's changed on it. Like I say, those skinny white walls that I always disliked on that car, they're still there right now. You know, I mean, they're, everything is the same. It really hasn't. One summer night I left it sit out. My barn's out behind the house, and I left it sit out right in front of the barn door, and there was an open field on the other side of my house, and it was fenced, but with kind of a rickety old fence. The neighbors had this rickety old fence. Somebody came in there and stole the keys out of the car. They were laying on the floor, and they took the keys out of it, and so I still to this day don't know what's in the trunk.
Oh, really?
I had other GM keys and stuff, and I found the GM keys that worked for the ignition, and I drove it, like I say, when I had to move it around and stuff like that. We took it out to Armitage Park to some show. In fact, Carl, my roommate at that time, he had taken it out to this gathering of cars, and I think that might have been the night we left it out in front of the barn, and
Okay.
something must have scared those people away, because there was stuff laying around, like they were trying to dig underneath the door of the barn or something like that, and but there was stuff there, like empty pop can and stuff like that, and I don't know what that deal was, but anyway, nothing happened to the car. It was just that there were no keys anymore.
Sure. Well, it would be interesting to know what's in the trunk.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I think maybe it has a later model distributor in it with the big distributor cap and the sliding window in it, and so I think the ignition cover, the metal ignition cover that went over the distributor in those early Corvettes, was I think that cover is in there. Since then, I bought another one at a swap meet just in case it's not.
Sure.
But I don't know. I still don't know.
Yeah. So were you on, I mean, did you get to hang out on set at all during the making of the movie, or when they did, there's that famous photo of the Corvette in front of the frat house. Did you get to hang out during any of that, or?
Yeah, I do. It just wasn't very important to me to do that, and if I had something else to do, I that's what I did. You know, I didn't watch an awful lot of the filming at all.
Yeah.
I mean, the transportation parts of doing those kind of things was you were just first off, you had to stay where the head guy, the driver captain, they want to snap your fingers, and they wanted you to be there. They didn't want to have to go hunting for you.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I guess that movie, Animal House, to me, it's such a huge movie, but I don't know if it was a instant hit or if it kind of grew more as a cult classic, but I mean, did you kind of become aware?
No, I didn't. In fact, I never saw the movie all put together, because they did just this part and that part and this part and that part. I mean, it was a long time after we'd cleaned up and they'd left town before I ever saw the movie in its complete.
Sure.
And then it was so zany. The movie was so zany that it wasn't of great interest to me.
Sure.
I mean, when pictures of the car had come up, that was kind of fun.
It had to be exciting to see your car on the big screen, though.
Yeah, that was. You always thought, that, boy, I wish those skinny white walls were wide white walls.
When it came I guess I never asked you, when it come to like the whole Corvette thing in the movie, were you given or were you able to keep anything from the movie?
Oh, yeah, just little things that I really can't remember.
I know you had said something about a license plate.
That license plate, but there was a whole stack of cardboard license plates, or that they put on the cars, and I have one of those, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's the one that was on the car in the movie, but I've got pictures of the car with the Animal House crew stacked around the car, and Belushi sitting on the front fender, and so all the actors that were in the movie, and you can see the license number on it. That is the Oregon license plate.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I was wondering if like I said, if you drove it home, did you pull that plate off each night, or was that picture taken prior or right after the end of the use of the car, I wonder?
I think that picture was after the use of the car,
Okay.
when all the cast.
Yeah, because it almost seems like that picture to me just looks almost like a celebration photo. Like the movie's done, we think it's going to be a hit. Let's all sit on the Corvette and take a
I think
picture.
that's probably true.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I believe that picture. I wasn't there when that picture was being taken, but I think that was exactly what the deal was.
All right, guys. So here's the Corvette. It's been in Paul's building here literally for decades. Pretty much since the time that An Animal House was filmed. Paul said the car has virtually seen no driving since after that. It's literally been sitting in here, so it has not been ran for a good 20 years. And we just gave it a quick wipe down. We didn't want to misrepresent it. It just looked like a barn find. We came in here this morning, so we just gave it a wipe down, but not an over detailed job by any means. So the Corvette is still in original paint. There's been a number of small areas of touch up, but it still presents itself very well for an original paint car. Definitely would be considered a survivor. And the car is definitely completely untouched from how it was used in the movie Animal House. So you can see, I mean, there are plenty of flaws in the paint. But again, it really still does present itself very well. So these are areas that Paul has touched up. But again, the car has definitely not been repainted. And as Paul mentioned, he does not have the key for the trunk, so the trunk has not been opened in probably a couple of decades. He has no idea what's even in the trunk. So So you can see a number of stars in the paint back here in the trunk area. It looks like there was some kind of a little electrical plug-in added at some point, like maybe, I don't know if it would have pulled the trailer. I mean, I don't see any signs of a trailer hitch being on it, but there's some discoloration in the paint over here that I noticed. I don't know if a chemical got on there at one point in its life. Paul does also have the soft top. That's been in the upstairs of his house forever. Again, it's intact, but it's not something you could just slap on and start using. I'm sure it would all that would need to be reupholstered to be functional. The hood actually closed just fine. And then we popped the hood today to take a quick look at the engine bay and just wipe the cobwebs out of it, literally. And now it doesn't want to latch, so that's why the hood is sitting up a bit. Alright guys, we'll take a peek at the interior here. I'll be holding a light in my left hand, so forgive me if I blind you once in a while. So you can see the bottom of the door panel here. It's pretty torn. The lighting in the shop here is pretty dark, so apologize. So you can see the seats. Obviously it's not original style upholstery. It's got this diamond pleat, but this is how it has been since Paul purchased the car, and definitely how it was in the movie. You can see some wear here on the door opening where it must have rubbed or is still rubbing, but it seems to open and close just fine right now. All right, we'll go over to the other side. The underdash tray and sun visors are here, as well as the rear plate for the car. So the passenger door panel is a bit rougher than the driver's side. Again, some signs of some rubbing over here. You can see one piece of tape there on the seat. here, just shot of closing the door. Alright guys, here we have a look under the hood. Try to get some light in there for you. Dual quads. Again, the car hasn't been ran. Paul figures it's got to be a good 20 years since it was fired up. Underside of the hood looks pretty good. You can see some cracks along the edge of the engine bay opening here. Alright, I'll try to give you the best look underneath that I can. I apologize, but the car is not up on a lift, so it's the best I can do for you. So we're out on the driver's side of the car here looking. All right, here we're going in on the passenger side of the car. Sorry about the cobwebs. Looks like it's got old cherry bomb muffler still on it. All right, we're going in the backside here. Just some cracking paint here. Hey everybody, this is Chadley with Eyes on Classics, and we're thrilled to be bringing you the Animal House Corvette. The Corvette will be going out for auction the second week of April of 2021 on the website bringatrailer.com. We will be open to offers on the Corvette prior to the auction, so if you want to reach out to us, you can just go to our website, which is eyesonclassics.com. You'll be able to shoot us an email there or else give us a call. Again, you'll be dealing with me personally, so you can just ask for Chadley. But again, we are certainly open to any information and any offers on the Corvette prior to the auction, but it is slotted to go up for auction on bringatrailer.com the second weekend of April in 2021. So thanks for checking out the video, and we'll talk to you guys later. Take care.